Well, hello everyone. Today we have a 2022 Crossroads Volante. It is a 3880 MK. So I'm gonna zip you guys around exterior and then move on to the interior on here. This one is prepped for solar. You've got these yellow stickers scattered about. Kind of show you what outlets would work if you guys were to add an inverter. Prepped for side view cameras. 2 battery station right inside there. Nice big front cap. There's some lights on here. They are blue LEDs. You do have the Rotaflex pin hitch there. Kind of zipping you around over here to the connection station. Outdoor shower, freshwater tank dump, black tank flush, pull valve, city water connection, all that good stuff. Nice big area. This is heated. I'm not sure if you saw the vent up there, but they'll pump heat into here. Right in here you've got your electric leveling. It is 6-point, ground control 3.0. If you guys wanted to, that's where your solar panel would be added. So that way you can do all those inversions that we talked about running the power ports. So the claim to fame on this one, other than the floor plan, and I guess I'll show you this too because this is kind of important. CRE 3000 suspension. There's some rubber in there. It'll get rid of a lot of the dampening and the vibration. But the big thing, and I'm passing up those 2 storage compartments because I'll show you on the other side, is this huge tray in the back. So absolutely huge. So those are those openings. You've got these bars in here. There is an LED light strip up top. Yes, I haven't really put together how to turn that on yet, but I'm sure there's a really easy way. Just haven't looked for it. So this is a huge pull-out tray, kind of like motorhomes would have. And of course I've got it out and I'm gonna zip it back in. Nice quick latch. Closes real nice and easy. These all have little gas strut shocks on them, so they'll still stay open for you. Here is that switch, which of course lights up this underbelly. So if you guys have stuff in here from a storage standpoint, you could turn that on and you're gonna have lights everywhere. Again, this side is the same as the last side, so pretty straightforward. Just absolutely gobs of storage. Kind of gives you an inner working on how they build the camper. You've got your welds, got some screws that they zip through, all that good stuff. There is this little channel here. It's like an L bracket, aluminum or metal or whatever you want to call it. I guess I don't know for sure. It's aluminum, looks like it, but that'll keep stuff from falling into that little slide out tray for you. All right, so moving on. Windows everywhere, and I do have them pulled so that way when we get in here I'm not washing the camera out. Little leash latch. This thing comes in at about 12,753 as it sets, and I apologize for the noise. There's a big to-do at the golf course today. So control panel set in here, lights, all that good stuff, and then we kind of get into the interior of the camper. This would be the living room. Nice pull roller shades. They are black, so that's really cutting the light out. So it does a very good job. They have the side valances there so the light doesn't leak out. So very nice. Looks like that's a tri-fold sofa. You do have your theater seat over here, and then if I continue turning, you've got your dinette. So table chairs. There is a smooth transition right here. There's not really a step up, a bump at all. Very minimal, especially for a camper. Kind of looking over here where your entertainment system would be. You've got your fireplace down below. Nice Bluetooth speaker, and then a large television. You do have some backlit on the slide outs. You can kind of see the blue glow that we've got kind of throughout. Ceiling fan up there. Of course, you got an AC Huge windows. And I just want to open this one up. So that's how they roll. I'm not touching it. And that's why we don't have them open, because it washes the camera out. But you get a ton of space. Lots of light. Step up, of course. That way you're given that room for that storage down below. And your kitchen is up here. Kind of one of the first things that will hit you is the enormous amounts of counter space. It's just everywhere. And normally I'd go through and try to show you guys a lot of these storage compartments. There's just too many of them on something this large to show you. So I'll do some, but not everything. So plenty of room. Fridge and freezer. Still has the styrofoam in, of course. Nice and big. Get to the freezer portion. Looks like you got a lot of sliding drawers. Again, more storage. Storage up top. Storage down below. And you just storage everywhere. You guys are going to be spending a lot of time in here, maybe doing a lot of cooking. Not a bad thing at all. Kind of coming over here. The microwave is the big thing I'm going to key in on, because it is actually at countertop height. So if you are, we'll say, vertically challenged, you will definitely be able to use this micro. Not an issue with that. Again, tons of storage. I'll just randomly select a few. Huge drawers, just huge. Solid surface countertops. You do have a stove and an oven. And I know if you're asking me why I didn't pull this valance here, there is no shade in there. So I'm not sure if it was forgotten or if it's not going to have one. It is right by the stove. Typically those are metal, just from a fire standpoint, a safety standpoint. So maybe they just decided not to put one in right there. And again, more drawers. I don't think I'd ever fill this thing up from a storage standpoint. And of course, a little blue glow down below. Solid surface sink tops. Dual weld sink. And I'm going to flip this around because it should be that way. Same with this. Flip it around. And this zips around and then pulls out, of course, everything you'd expect. Kind of nice to have a countertop here, and then this upper backsplash slash area from the sink. If you're standing here, you can see over the living room, you can see the television, you'd be able to work, you'd be able to prep, you know, kind of everything's in sight. Even all the way back here you can see forwards. There is a vent up here, little fan, so to speak, because there is no hood exhaust fan over that, so that'll come in handy. And I know everyone always asks this, so I'm 6 foot tall. This is kind of how my head lines up on here. I mean, I got some room. If you're 6'5" or above, you might get a little closer, maybe even start rubbing, but that is that. Again, fan of the ceiling fan. And I'm going to move you guys along here into the restroom. Huge shower. There is a bench for you guys to sit down, and then of course nice shower surround. There is a little area there to let the light in. Again, nice storage in here. Pretty straightforward. Plenty of room from a John standpoint. Even if you're not the smallest person, you could probably still fit in there just fine. I'm gonna move this up and around. Nice storage underneath the sink. Little backsplash here, and then of course your medicine cabinet. So pretty straightforward. Another window set in there. Moving you into the master. Pretty roomy, pretty spacious. There is an air conditioner in here. Thermostat setting right there. AC's up here, of course. Close it, duct it, so you kind of have both options. And then Nifty little touch is you get those two little shelves right over the headboard on each side with USB, and then there is a power setting over here, and that one does have a little yellow sticker, so you can get to your inverter setup. Under bed storage, pretty massive. There is a walk around on each side, so you got some room. I guess I'll kind of show that with it up. You can see it with it down, it kind of gets a little tighter, but it's easier to see without the bed curtains in the way. Alright, moving up into the front closet, I suppose you'd call this. Hanging bar across the whole way from one side to the other. It is prepped for washer and dryer, so you just have to add one in and do your thing. Shelf storage up top, and this is prepped for the dryer. So if you're going to do it, you'd probably want two separate units, which is the way to go if you're going to do it, because they're a little bit easier to work that way, a little bit more efficient. Dresser drawers in here, pretty straightforward. Little cubby over there, I'd probably throw some shoes in. And then moving over here, you got a little door stop, big window, prepped for a television, you know, everything you'd expect in a camper of this size. So that is this Volante. I know that the factory, this particular one, is not pushing too many of these out this year. So if you guys do see one, you like one, you want one, that would be the time. I'm sure they'll be a little bit more accessible coming into the winter months now than they will be coming spring, summer, and beyond, but that is probably the case for any camper this year. Questions, comments, concerns? Just ask for Chris, the RV guy. Stop recording. GoPro, stop recording.